Hello everyone, welcome to Royal Online Tutorials, the online educational channel. Today in our video we are going to explain the role of contingent workforce. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe my channel. First, let's define what do we mean by contingent workforce. People hired by organizations, companies on a demand basis. As we know, the contingent workers or those who do not have an implicit or explicit contract for ongoing employment. So the persons who do not expect to continue in their jobs for such personal reasons as retirement or returning to school are not considered contingent workers, provided that they would have the option of continuing in the job where, if not for these reasons. So the duration of their employment varies according to their convenience and employer's business needs. So as we know, the core employees have full-time jobs and they plan long-term relationships with their employers. So as we know, we do have full-time employees and part-time employees. So the full-time employees, they will work on a daily basis, 5 days per week, 8 hours per day, and then they will get benefit from a lot of things such as like paid vacation, insurance, social security, a lot of additional benefits that the part-timer may not have access on. If we need to move to the contingent workers, there are four groups of contingent workers. But before we start explaining the four groups, we should know that there is a huge benefit and there is an important role behind the contingent workforce because it allows all the businesses to hire non-permanent workers with an eye to full-time employment. So this process may enable the company to make sure that a certain position is a part of your long-term plans or to ensure that a specific individual fits into the company's culture. If I need to pick first like the part-time employees, and we can here distinguish between two kinds of part-time employees: the voluntary part-time employee who may choose to work fewer than 35 hours per regularly scheduled work week, and the involuntary part-time employee who may work like fewer than 35 hours per week because they are unable to find full-time employment. Here we are going to mention an important key term, which is like job sharing. It's a special kind of part-time employment agreement. Here two or more part-time employees will be performing a single full-time job. The employees may perform all job duties or share all the responsibility for particular tasks. So here we can say that the job sharing represents a compromise between the employee's needs or desire not to work as a full-time and the employer's needs to staff job on a full-time basis. If we need to move to the temporary employees, so here we can mention that the companies hire temporary employees for two reasons. First, the temporary workers fill in for core employees who are on approved leaves of absence, including sick leaves, vacation. Second, the temporary workers offer extra sets of hands when companies' business activities peak during such time as the holiday season for retail businesses or summer for amusement parks. Here, the temporary employees perform jobs on a short-term basis, usually measured in days, weeks, or months. We do have also the on-call employees, which is another method for employing temporary workers. The on-call employees work throughout the year when company requires the service of the employees. The companies can schedule workers for several days or weeks. The lease companies also employ qualified individuals and place them in client companies on a long-term basis. So here, most of the leasing companies bill the client for the direct cost of employing the workers and then charge a fixed fee. The leasing companies base these fees on either a fixed percentage of the client's payroll or a fixed fee per employee. Finally, we do have the independent contractors, the freelancers, and the consultants. They establish working relationships with companies on their own rather than through temporary employment agencies or lease companies. Here, the independent contractors possess specialized skills and companies select them in order to complete particular projects of short-term duration. Thank you for watching my channel.